Hey everyone, welcome back to the contemporary era, turn 202 as the Australians. I have finally gotten a foothold on this continent, a pretty major one, and I spent some time at the end of the last episode kind of merging some cities to bring my city cap down to a reasonable level because I was putting a major penalty on my influence generation, and I'd really like to get all the stars in this last era as well and see how much fame I can actually get. So spent some time doing that, and hopefully it pays off here. I do need some more stability though. But the Zulu have basically been defeated at this point. They do have a couple little cities lying around, but it's nothing much. Now, what I didn't realize is that this one die is actually the one with the wondrous deposit on it, and I really want that to increase my production. So I will be going to war with them again. Apparently I did not have the slave civic, which is bizarre. Okay, so I do want to take my foot off the gas a little bit when it comes to tech so that I have time to get all my era stars. Okay, there's Research Institute. No, I don't think so. And I actually did not purchase any of my oil yet. I unlocked that a while ago and did not get any of them. I think they're all outside my city, so I can just go ahead and purchase with influence. Okay. Do I have any grievances? Just the one against the Mexicans. Okay, they are very underdeveloped. Alright, we can go to war with them very easily. We'll send 2 armies to deal with them, and we'll keep one up over here near the Zulu because we'll take over the rest of their stuff as well. Now, the thing I really want to go for after fusion reactor is probably space orbital because that increases the city cap by +3. And then we go for rocket science and communication satellites to work on the sort of end game projects that also give fame. Okay. It's not bad there. Academy, printing house, yeah, why not? Agrarian Aerostar already? Okay. No, refuse. Yeah. Not a great area or spot to attack from. I'm going to be very limited in my firing line, but you got to make do with the terrain that you have. And I do have artillery now. Give it one more turn, and then I'll declare war on the Mexicans here. Alright. I don't get why they sally out like this. Like, whenever they're at a big disadvantage, they sally out. And when they're at a big advantage, they let you attack. Which is just bizarre to me. I feel like it should be the opposite. Maybe there's, maybe there is actually a reason for why they do it this way. I don't know. I'm gonna probably lose a line infantry here, just because this is what the AI do, is they sally out and suicide all their units into your one unit to kill it. It's very frustrating. Okay. And down here, Hattusa. Yeah, you can get a little bit more production. And then back to generating gold. You're just hanging out. More production is good. And then again, like Hattusa, back to generating gold. Let's get a theater in there as well. I'm a little bit concerned about not getting aesthete era stars, and I'd really like to get them. So as a result, I think I'm going to get some commons quarters in some of my cities to help shore up my influence production a little bit. Just because I want to make sure that I am getting these stars. Those don't make as much sense. No. Okay, let's keep rolling into the Mexican territory here. This should not be a very long war. Political entitlement. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care. My emblematic unit is really not very good as the Australians. It has major issues. It's likely going to be a target of rebalancing come, whatever the next patch is. Oh, I have 2 uranium in there. And I don't really have that much in the way of science. There's a little bit. We'll grab a symposium thing, whatever it's called. Actually, that's not called a symposium, but I do need to do a symposium because that provides fame. I should also... These guys are all just hanging out. I should also try for a circumnavigation. I'm almost there already, and it's possible someone else has done it before. But if they haven't, then I can get a pretty good amount of fame from doing it. Alright, let's go ahead and kill these guys. Come on back. Oh yeah, they're so screwed. Their tech is so far behind. Yeah. Oh wow, the horseman didn't die. I'm almost impressed. Not really, it's just luck, but... There we go. Don't want to draw that combat out for another turn if I don't have to. I can completely avoid taking damage, and that's why it's so important to be attacking. The initiative from attacking is just way too good. Okay. Please don't walk back into the city. That would be very annoying. Send these guys forward. These guys can hang back and just defend. Okay, looks good. Interesting that the artillery could one-shot them, but the line infantry could not. Is that it? No, 2 more. Hiding out in the fog of war somewhere. So, Aerostars, Militarist Aerostars, yeah, done with Expansionist already. The reason we're doing this really is to secure luxury deposits, specifically the silk. I'd also like to secure the sage if possible. But also, we need Militarist Aerostars. Okay. Yeah, might as well grab some cheap infrastructure there. And then, because I do, how many more districts is that? That's what, 24 more districts that I need to build. So I may as well keep going in on production so I can keep up building those districts, as well as getting some influence from these commons quarters. Okay, Capua. 103 production right there, sounds good to me. I'm going to buy that uranium mine. All right, nuclear weapons. We are going to go for nuclear proliferation, I think, because we've gotten so many stars already that even if I were to get that plus 10%, I don't think it adds up to as much as I get from going nuclear. But let me think about that. So every 1 star I haven't gotten yet would give me 10. Every 2 star would give me 20, and every 3 star would give me 30 additional fame. So these two together would give me 60. And then this would be another 50. This would be 80, 110. Yeah, it's okay. I can get more fame from like a single nuclear weapon test. So nuclear weapons, nuclear proliferation. And I'm going to buy that. Time to get to work on nuclear stuff. Just fit this into a location that's fairly small. Right in here is probably fine. Continue circumnavigating. Okay, they have no chance of actually taking a city. So I'm not going to send my army after them. I just want to end this as quickly as possible. Just go after their core cities and be done with it. Okay. Oh, they're ransacking. Okay, then I have to deal with it. Oh, what's happening here? Why did my stability collapse? Here, let's move these onto science, and then do that with the apothecary. I can't because of the battle, apparently. They might kill some units just through virtue of how minimum damage works. Okay. Well, I can't shoot with him. That's bizarre. Why? Come on, let me shoot the... I don't know if you could see where I needed to hold my mouse for that, but that was a little silly. Yeah, same thing with that. Yeah, like this whole battlefield's broken. Come on. Alright. Over here, continue circling around the world. Mikey can help with the fusion test. Artistic ownership. That took a while to get. I want the +1 influence on research quarters for sure. So Kerma, great timing for you. Let's get that in the queue. Athens, I know you need it as well. Okay, completed a symposium. What other competitive deeds are still available here? Access to every strategic and luxury. Discover renewable. Okay, circumnavigate is still available. All right. So, blast him there. Do they have artillery shooting me or something? No. Because this artillery seems like it took a little damage, and I'm not sure what it's from. Aha, my units are still alive over here, which is nice and convenient for me. There we go. Should have my militarist star by now, right? Yeah. So militarist star is down. Don't really need to keep going to war at this point if I don't need the extra resources. Oh, it's already destroyed. Is that a bug? It's clearly not already destroyed. It still had health left. So, alright, you can come back and hang out now. Actually, I'm going to move you over here, because if I take this city in the peace deal, I'm going to want to pillage it. Ah, yes, when the Australians were famously the first to research nuclear technology. So I think this has to, like, go all the way around of its own accord. Like, it can't just be... I can't just have sight of everything. It has to make the full trip. Okay. Up here. Sydney. We will put it in Byblos. Why not? You work on it. You work on it. Science investing, sure. Up here. Shoot him. And there's Harappa. Okay. Now let's take a look at what everyone else is building. Venta, you help with Sydney. Capua. And then help with Sydney. Sidon, help with Sydney. I do need to get my aluminum up, as well as my uranium. Let's prioritize these. Can finish that market quarter. And do I have other stuff that I'm not building? I do. Can't quite get it down to 2 turns. Oops. There we go. Now, the nice thing about the Australians is that if I feel like I'm reaching the end of the tech tree too fast, I can just turn on Landraiser, and that'll cut like all my science output. So that is an option, if need be. Let's see. How much stability? Yeah, I get plus 25 from a garrison, so may as well build one of those. Okay. What am I actually interested in here? I want Mohenjo-Daro. I want Harappa. I want this territory. I don't really care about too much else. Okay, so Harappa, Mohenjo-Daro. So that one right there. Yeah, those are the only ones I care about. Okay. And can we absorb? We can. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. Yeah, I think I pretty much just ignore these guys for the rest of the game now. They're not important. I just wanted to secure those resources. Should really look into merging another city. Like, I could go for these two, though that is very expensive at the moment. I think it's actually Sidon that is missing a lot of the infrastructure that this one has. Okay. How much more do I need for my builder? I need 16 more districts, so let's keep working on those. Curfew, let's see, lockdown. Don't need sacrificing. Whatever, just go for curfew. Minus 25 industry really is not going to make that much of an impact this late in the game. Okay. Oh, go ahead and claim Christ the Redeemer now. How am I on my stars? Okay. Let's see. Aesthete era stars. It's another 30k-ish I need on that. Yeah. I definitely need to combine more cities or pillage one here. Though I am getting to space orbital soon, so that is that'll be better, I suppose. I can actually take all these folks off industry and put them on science. I just want to get space orbital as soon as possible. Whoa, what a bizarre way I have to take to get over here. I don't really have to declare war on anyone else anymore. And in fact, it might even be better to not do so. I can't say it's because I haven't explored that area properly or something. And slide it right in there. Okay, fusion test. Just pound that out in a single turn. Buy that Academy of Arts for the extra influence outputs. There we go. And everyone else, you can work on Christ the Redeemer. Doesn't really matter in what city we're building it. The idea is to nab Christ the Redeemer here. And then hopefully no one else has claimed the Empire State Building by the time I finish it. And that it'll be another little extra boost to fame. Okay. Four turns from space orbital. And I know there's got to be a place I can put this somewhere. There we go. That one's always a bit of a hassle to fit in just because of how big the area is. But got it to work out just all right. And I forgot we still have Machu Picchu we can build as well that we stole from someone else. 2 turns is just fine. And we have 2 turns till space orbital as well. Now after space orbital, we want to get the communication satellite, and then it's on to neural implant for that plus 50% influence on main plaza. Sure, we can trade luxuries. Just buy his single sage. Let's see. I'm going to renounce these. I don't really have any reason to go to war here. I'm going to refuse your demands. Yeah, and then I'll trade. Give me your papyrus. I do think at some point I'm going to try to go for that challenge that was issued with the patch, where you have to have however many people in one city. I think it's 300. Okay. All right. You can help on Christ the Redeemer down here. And Down here, is that one turn? Not quite. Okay. Add one more in there. Add a couple science quarters because my progress is a little bit slow for my liking. There's space orbital. Christ Redeemer done. So only one city over my cap now, which is perfect. Get that learning. All right. Only need one more district, so almost set on the builder stars. Really need to focus on those aesthete stars. They're definitely the hardest to build, or the hardest to get most of the time, in my opinion. Who deserves Empire State Building? How about these guys? And they have a lot of market quarters. Bam, slap it right down there. And Empire, Empire, Empire. Hattusa, you can help build Empire. Okay. Pretty good so far. Well, I missed what star that was. Second merchant star. Okay. Can I get anyone else in on the Empire State Building? Yes. There we go. Okay, after communication satellites and neural implant, we want renewable energy. That is a competitive deed to get renewable energy. Okay, I haven't circumnavigated yet, apparently, but I'm going to keep trying. Okay, space station. Right in there looks good. Okay, and that's everyone on the space station. Might as well finish Machu Picchu. There we go. Okay, satellites. And refuse that. Okay, really just trying to get through this in a reasonable amount of time at this point, while also trying to maximize the number of era stars I'm getting. Okay, time to start queuing up some of these things here. Do I want that one? Not really. And over here, I'm just going to go for a Commons Quarter spam in Harappa. And in Athens, you can get a nuclear plant. And over here, you can get a nuclear plant. Get learning and turn. Turn 221. Getting there. Also, there seems to be a little bug here. It says the British reached the industrial era and kept their traditions. Really, they're in the contemporary. So it's a little bit odd. Okay, Hattusa. I prefer to have the map revealed, but at the same time, this takes up more space. So I'd rather make sure I have a spot for that. I do. Okay, and Mars Colony, which can technically finish the game. Was that interplanet? Okay, interplanetary expedition. I'm gonna keep sending these guys around in a circle until I get circumnavigation. Kerma, just finish that. Okay. Is there a competitive deed for nuclear weapons? I don't know why I don't have the one for spreading my culture throughout an entire continent. Considering I now, it's basically 2 continents. But Map each continent. I've already mapped each continent. Well, I've mapped my own continents. Okay. Alright. I'm hoping I don't actually know if just building satellites counts as discovering 100% of the world. It seems like it's something intended to be done through exploration with units, but I actually haven't paid that close of attention to it. Okay, there's a neural implant, which is going to increase my influence quite a bit. Looking pretty good here. Then after we go for renewable energy, we can really go for the end game. I think we've basically maximized fame at that point. Go for the polar satellite. And start building some stuff in some of these cities. It doesn't matter too much what it is. Probably I like to finish off with some nukes at the end, so let's get a couple. Okay. 24K. And here we go on the satellite network. There we go. 24.4K. I could go for continental rise, conquer each continent. That's too much of a slog, though. If I were really going for, like, best non-ascension high score that I possibly could, then I would still go after it, but I really don't want to take the time to do that. What I'm not understanding is why I don't have the one for spread your influence through an entire continent, which I have clearly done. I really should have gotten... I must have gotten circumnavigation already. There's no way I didn't. Okay, time to just start queuing up infrastructure here to start pulling me through the end game. As at this point, we have become the end turn button simulator 2021. Don't really care what these things are. Pollution is really not going to affect me at this point, so I have absolutely no concerns whatsoever. And Athens, whoops, let's use shift, keep working on those. Kerma, you can keep working on those as well. Okay. All right. Persons. We are... Okay, I think we got everything we need, basically, as far as techs go. So it is straight on to exosuit and military laser. You just keep making more science. It's literally all you're doing. Working conditions. Don't think I've seen this one before. Stability on Maker's Quarters, why not? Okay, you need stuff to do, which means you are also going to get a bunch of science quarters. So I need 11k, so that's like 3 more turns for that, so we'll be good. What's this? Local pollution level. Interesting, okay. Still plenty of... Do I really have nowhere to put a nature preserve? Okay, well, let's get the renewable tech stuff in here. That'll reduce pollution. And do it here too, why not? So exosuit in 2 turns. Queue up a bunch more science quarters. Over here, queue up a bunch more science quarters. All right. And we'll just go for restrict. I don't want to read all that. Plowing through to the end of the game. Just make everyone do science stuff. That'll be my aesthete star. And just a couple. Oh, you know what I did not do? Where are you? Bam. Just straight up buying 2 nukes. Show deeds. Let's see. Did I get to the 50? Yeah. Maybe it's only a regular nuclear weapon that counts, and not a thermonuclear. Yes, that is in fact the case. Okay, I'm going to do a quick save here, because I'm going to just say you're oppressing my people, and then go ahead and nuke everyone regardless. Because, you know, it's more fun that way. Ostor seems like the main city there. I can only launch with 1 at a time. That's too bad. And there we go. Sure, just build whatever. Do. Bye-bye. Oh no, another nuclear weapon. Also, why do my nuclear weapons have veterancy? That's super weird. Can I get rid of this with a regular nuke? Yeah, I can. Odd that I built multiple silos, but they all spawned on the same one. Oh, okay. So I can select which one they spawn on. Okay, that's good to know for the future. Not that the AI ever build nuclear weapons, but in the event of, you know, nuclear war, you want to be able to fire all your nuclear weapons in 1 turn. Perhaps another way to avoid like getting your nukes taken out, though, is because they can only target city centers. You just put your missile silos away from city centers. So it makes it impossible for enemies to first strike you if you do that. All right. It's enough messing around. Science investing. Sure, whatever. All right. Game's over now. I don't have any more text to research. And I have the narrator turned off, so you know, we're not going to get the fun summary at the end, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But no, that was an interesting game. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the district cost scaling. Like, I felt like I was still perfectly able to completely run away with the game, and at some points it felt a little slow. I do think it has diminished the viability of really focused strategies, particularly focused on gold and all that, but it does hinder your city development a bit. And it's nice being able to play it without the effects of the weird stability system in the beta as well. I don't know what I think fully yet. You know, I need to play with it a bit more. I need to develop a better sense of what is doable and what isn't. Uh, let's skip through the rest of this. I'm curious in the charts at the end. 25,530, the end fame score. Not shabby, not bad at all. Definitely above my average for the previous version of the game, I would say. My average is usually around like 2,300 or so, you know, give or take like 1K. There are occasional games where it's like you finish with 20K if you get a really bad start, but wow, I had a great classical era. Medieval was pretty damn good too. Yeah, like overall it was like the Ming, I had to sacrifice some stars for that era, but I wouldn't have gotten the aesthete stars in the industrial and contemporary without picking the Ming. And look at that. So good. Oh, I didn't get my last scientist star. I had to go back and research more text. I wasn't paying attention. Whatever. No one cares about the difference between 25,500 something and 25,700 something. It's not that big a deal. All right. We all know I could have done it if I were paying more attention. So, yeah, fame really took off later in the game here. What about food? Yeah. You can really see the effects of later game technologies on your outputs as your cities really gain the capacity to, you know, maintain a bunch of stuff. This is, I mean, my population growth with the English was really not bad at all. You can see the sort of change in tone, I guess, or the change in slope from pre-English to post-English. Then it flattens out a bit until we reach the industrial. Is that the Zulu here? Yeah. So the Zulu were actually not doing too bad on research, which at least until, you know, later in the game. But, you know, I don't know how they managed to do that given their absolute crap science output. It looks like they were actually starting to scale their outputs a bit though. But I kind of took them out before they really managed to get up. So anyway, those are the post-game statistics for the game. I hope you enjoyed the series here. I know it got a little bit end turn spammy at the end, but this is just how it goes with 4X games sometimes, so I apologize. But it was a fun one to go through actually, and it actually worked out really well. Had a lot of advantages through this game from the start with my ability to take out neighbors, but that's playing the game. So appreciate you tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.